Mr. Wayne. Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham?
You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? That power can be innocent.
It's time you learn what it means to be a man.
Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
What have you done?
What's going on, everyone? The Great Talon here, and today we're going to talk about Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Last stop in the Batman train, choo-choo. Even though this is arguably, subjectively considered a Man of Steel spiritual sequel, or I guess if you want to call that, does have Batman in the title. It's the last, I guess, one of the last live-action, movies that have Batman in the title up until the Batman, which is coming out in a few days, couple days, whenever this video premieres. But so I put off rewatching this movie for so long. I have my reservations about this movie. Unlike Batman and Robin, which is just blatantly outright a bad movie in its own right, Batman vs. Superman, like, for example, Batman and Robin, it knows it's a piece of shit. It knows it's a piece of shit, and it has fun with it. Batman vs. Superman, on the other side of the token, another side of the fence, it actually thinks it's actually a good movie, but in reality, it's not. It is not in so many ways, and we're going to get into that as much as I can. But before I do, I just want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get rocking and rolling as much as we can. So first and foremost, I rewatched the Ultimate Edition. First time I watched this movie in about 5 to 6 years. It came out in 2016, a long time ago. Now we're in 2022. But yeah, I tried, folks. I tried once again to like this movie in its entirety. But you know what, folks? I'm just gonna go full disclosure. We'll start from the beginning and work our way up. That's how we'll do this, as we always do. So. The movie, it takes place 18 months after the events of Man of Steel. Henry Cavill is the Man of Steel. I think he does a really good job as Superman. I know a lot of people don't think he fits the role. Same thing with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is a really good Batman. He really is. He fits the role perfectly. Physicality is there. His demeanor is like Batman. Half of the lines he says are fucking badass in this movie alone. And the action sequences with Batman present in them, they feel like they're extracted right from like the Arkham video games, and it's amazing. I think, again, it's subjective as well. I think the choreography with Batman and his fight scenes in this film alone, the very few fight scenes we get with him when he's fighting thugs, even when he's fucking fighting Superman, it feels like the best fight scenes that we've ever gotten in a Batman movie, and I'm hoping that the Batman can change my outlook on that. But with that being said, unfortunately, the fact of the matter may be that overall, in a nutshell, this movie still isn't very good. I mean, is it better than Batman and Robin? Yes, it goes without saying. Batman and Robin, you can't scrape the shit off Batman and Robin. You can't turn that shit into gold, is what I'm trying to convey. Batman vs. Superman, on the other hand, it's not a terrible movie, nor is it a good movie. It's somewhere in between bad and good, okay? And I'll elaborate as much as I can as to why I feel that way, even after rewatching the Ultimate Edition, which adds an extra 30 minutes of extra footage. I feel that, now the movie, again, takes place 18 months after Man of Steel. Let me just go back to my original thought. And basically they're dealing with the fallout of the events with Superman and General Zod destroyed, parts of Metropolis and Gotham, and just fuck shit up. And Ben Affleck and Batman is just like Bruce Wayne is like caught in the middle of this. They show the opening scene opens up with Bruce Wayne trying to save people from like his Wayne Enterprises. He sees the destruction, the mayhem that Superman can cause, and he views him as a threat, which actually makes a lot of sense. I agree with that. What follows, though, is just a series of just long, drawn-out, slow-motion shots, because Zack Snyder is infamous for his slow-motion captures, whether it be from 300, The Watchmen, whatever. Just he's always like doing these slow-motion shots. And that's what I think pads the runtime. This movie is the ultimate edition. It clocks in at 3 hours and 2 minutes, folks. It's absurdly and insanely bloated. Like the rest of this movie tries to cram and jam pack like 6 or 7 different movies into one. I mean, it's crazy. They felt like at this point in time, I think they really needed to compete with the MCU, because at this point in time, the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, has dropped not 1 but 2 Avengers films at this point in time. So they're like, they're like the last in line here. So Warner Brothers felt like, oh shit, we got to get our Justice League off the ground. What better way to do that? What then do in a Batman vs Superman movie, which the whole world is going to want to see, because they've the whole world, don't get me wrong, has wanted to see these characters square off for decades. And why not fucking just throw everything in the kitchen sink in there? So, movie, it progresses where it just, Superman is viewed as a threat. And Superman, like I said, Henry Cavill does a great job as Superman, but he's only as good as the writing team. And unfortunately, the writing team, half of the writing team is good, half of the writing team is bad, in my opinion. Because you have one David S. Goyer, who was responsible for writing one half of the entire Dark Knight trilogy, which was pretty much great as a nutshell. And you have the other half with some dude named Chris something, who was responsible for writing the Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, which I refuse to watch to this date, but from what I've seen in clips and trailers, can go fuck itself. So, so it's like you have a constant tug of war with the screenwriters here. It's like one half is like, no, I want to try and be good. The other half is like, no, I'm going to be silly and stupid and not make any sense. Like, for example, not making Superman smile or be like the Boy Scout like he is. I mean, hell, even in the show The Boys, Homelander, the Superman of the Boys series on Amazon Prime, smiles and to the camera and the public behind the scenes, he's a fucking serial killer. But you know what I mean? At least smile to the public, to the politicians, put up a good front. You know what I mean? He doesn't. He's all angry and just morbid. Like, Zack Snyder, really his problem is he does not know how to have fun in his movies. He's very dark. His movies are like his name of his studio, Cruel and Unusual Studios. He makes cruel and unusual movies. He thinks funny is Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, which is atrocious. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is the worst casting choice in years, okay? I can't even have a good soliloquy with that, because it's just, I really fucking hate Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. He's a good actor, Jesse Eisenberg. He's great in Zombieland. Fucking terrible as Lex Luthor. I'm sorry. He's a whiny brat, fucking nerdy, stupid, Asperger's like fucking psychotic idiot, and he just doesn't do the role justice. I really wish Kevin Spacey wasn't a rapist. They could have got him back into this movie. I'm sorry, not sorry. But yeah, no, my gripes, like I said, the whole plot is like Superman's evil. Is he evil? Is he not? Batman's like, he wants to like call Superman, try and like make him answer to humanity, blah, blah, blah. Superman's upset with Batman because he thinks he killed a dude after he branded him, because Batman now brands people with fucking like bat symbols. The story's pure nonsense, but the story, honestly, folks, it really tries to make sense of itself. But honestly, the story in Batman and Robin makes more fucking sense than Batman vs. Superman. Like I said before, to my point earlier, it tries to do too much, and even though the movie is 3 hours long, it's still too short of a length of time to cram 5, 6, 7 movies into one. It tries to be the best Batman movie it can be. It tries to, somewhere in here, there's a really good Batman movie, by the way, folks, but it's not present because it keeps getting fucking sidelined by boring and stupid and confusing Superman shit. Not only that, you have Wonder Woman in this movie. Okay, you're trying to get a Wonder Woman movie off the ground. You're trying to get a Justice League movie off the ground. So you have emails flying back and forth between Bruce Wayne and fucking Diana, Wonder Woman, about like fucking video clips from LexCorp of the Flash, and then Cyborg and Aquaman, and then you have a fucking stupid ass dream sequence with Batman with AK-47s fucking murdering people, and then you have the Flash come through in a dream within a dream, and it tries to inception itself, and it's so I'm getting a headache just thinking about it. And then you have like a really good Easter egg where it's like you have the Robin suit that's like Batman has in the Batcave of like with like the Joker's writing all over it, that because it's like in the like fucking in one of the comics, like Joker kills Jason Todd who plays Robin, was one of the Robins. And I wanted to see that movie. I didn't want to see this shit. I wanted to see what happened in the other movie, the movie that they're fucking they're trying to drop Easter eggs about and shit. And then you have like they're trying to get the Justice League off the ground. You're trying to get a better Batman movie off the ground. You're trying to get a Jason Todd Robin movie, a Joker movie off the ground. You're trying to get another like I said before, you're trying to be a Superman movie, a Bat movie. He's trying to be everything in one. A Doomsday movie, a Justice League movie, dropping fucking Easter eggs about Darkseid and shit. It's like, pick a fucking lane movie. Pick a lane, stay in it, okay? Just because you have Batman and Superman, two powerhouse, heavy-hitting comic book characters in one movie, doesn't mean you get to throw all the rest of their ensemble and their entourage in it. It doesn't work like that. You would need a very, very progressive television series to do something of that caliber. You can't do that within a 2 or 3 hour movie. You just can't. It doesn't work, and it doesn't work here. I just want to briefly talk about the supporting actors as well. Again, I fucking can't stand Jesse Eisenberg. I think Jeremy Irons as Alfred, he's good. He's pretty good. He's not as good as I wouldn't say the other Alfred actors like Michael Gough or Michael Caine, but Jeremy Irons, he brings his own little pizzazz to it. He's like a very dark Alfred. Like he's like a very like Alfred who's given up on the fucking world. He's like he's tossing back Jack Daniels, and he's like, oh, fucking Bruce Wayne, I never loved you. Like, he's just fucking drinking and shit. He's just fucking had it. He's had it with Bruce Wayne shit. He's old. He's tired. You can tell this is a very older generation Alfred, and he's just like, fuck this shit. He's done. It's funny, though, to watch him. It's very entertaining. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, tacked on. She's a great actress. She's fucking hot in this movie, too, but good poses and good visualizations. But unfortunately, folks, she was only in this movie just to bring about the Justice League and her own movie the following year, 2017. Other than that, you have Perry White played by Lawrence Fishburne from the Man of Steel movie. And again, this is just a Man of Steel sequel without it being a Man of Steel sequel, with Batman just thrown into the mix with other characters like Wonder Woman and fucking Doomsday and shit like that. And it's just... I really wish this movie would have been a Batman movie. Like, I think if this movie was a Batman movie, folks... less Superman, it would have been so much better. Because I'm not gonna lie, folks, every scene with Batman in it was fucking hot fire. Like, legit, even when he was murdering people. Because you know what, folks, at this point in time, I'm just used to Batman murdering people. I am. He fucking murdered. It's just like, listen, if you're gonna have Batman in movies, you gotta have a little bit of murder. That's it. Inadvertent murder, second-degree manslaughter, whatever. You gotta have a little bit of murder man, in your little Batman. So. I accepted that. Anyway, the Batmobile and the Batwing are in this movie. The Batmobile and Batwing both look like the Batmobile kind of looks like a race car almost. It's kind of cool, like a cross between the tank from The Dark Knight and like the original Batmobile. I kind of dug it a little bit. The Batwing looked like just a military fucking F-15 or what the fuck they're called, like fighter jet and shit like that. It was pretty interesting. Besides that, again, Zack Snyder is not like, he is a good visualization director. He's good with his cinematography. Like, there are some gorgeous set pieces in this movie, gorgeously rendered shots, gorgeous like posing shots and like cameras angles and whatnot. I think if Zack Snyder gave up directing and went to like just doing like cinematography, he would shine. Leave the directing to other people, like, that are better at it, that can have a little more fun with it, but not, have a nice balance of like, don't be overly cynical and overly just fucking boring. Just have a little bit of pizzazz. Your sense of humor just doesn't work in these superhero movies. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I think you're a great visionary, but I just don't think you're cut out to be like just this almighty comic book director. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. I'm being fully transparent, full disclosure here. Just go back to your cinematography. That's all I could say. You got lightning in a bottle with 300. Just leave it at that, okay? And Watchmen as well. I'll even give you Watchmen. Anyway, with that being said, so yeah, I mean, overall, folks, like I said, don't get me wrong, folks, if you can extract Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, replace him with another actor, I don't know, pulling somebody out of the air right now, but like Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, and rework every single like line he said and action he took, especially putting the fucking jar of piss and calling it iced tea on the senator's desk, which was fucking stupid as hell. And also at the same time, you cut out that stupid Martha scene where Batman and Superman are fighting, and one word is saying Martha like changes everything and makes Batman like love Superman all of a sudden, as well as just obliterate the entire dream sequence where Batman murders people. Like, legit, you can have Batman shoot somebody in a car from the Batmobile, blow up the car, I'm okay with that. But when you have put a gun into Batman's hands, who hates fucking guns, by the way, and has him murder people. I don't care if it's a dream sequence. I don't care if it's a premonition or whatever it is, or an alternate reality. Batman doesn't use guns. Sorry, he just doesn't. But that was only there to plug the Justice League movie, or the Flash movie rather, which still didn't even come out yet. And again, like I said, you rework Jesse Eisenberg's part in this movie as a different actor with different directing and different writing of the character. You take out that whole dream sequence where Batman becomes a murder bot, and you take away the Martha bullshit. I would give this movie a solid 7. I really would. I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. It'll cut down the runtime to maybe a little over 2 hours and maybe 20 minutes, 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is fine. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can kind of tell where I'm going with this. So if I had to score Batman vs. Superman on a Dawn of Justice on a scale of 1 to 10, the Ultimate Edition, I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. I think it is mediocre, very mediocre. Even with all the cool Batman sequences, it's not enough to save this movie. I did enjoy the whole theory, the whole like ideology that, you know, Superman, is he like this idol? Is he a deity? Like, you know, should he be cursed with this like burden? I liked how he was questioning that shit. I thought it was really interesting. But the movie was just so overly bloated with other bullshit. It took away the focus on those segments, and it really is hard to pay attention and really hard to like and enjoy this movie. So with that being said, yeah, that is my ranting review of Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch everybody next time. The next review, you know it, will be The Batman. So stay tuned for that.